book for middle school readers called The King of Average. I have a copy here.
I do too.
Look at the, hey, we match. And so it's a wonderful pun-filled story about, a lonely, self-conscious boy named James, right, who finds himself transported to the kingdom of average.
Right.
And I love, there he meets these strange but familiar characters, right? What inspired you to write the story?
I'm 11 years old, and I'm thinking to myself as I'm walking, well, I'm not that terrible. And I said, yeah, you're not that terrible. Then the same voice would say, well, you're not that wonderful. I said, I bet I could anything, if I put my mind to it, I could be average at anything I tried. And then I thought to myself, what if I became the most average person who ever lived? And that made me laugh, because if I was the most anything, I wouldn't be average. So I had that idea, and then I said, I thought, what if I was that same little boy like in the Phantom Toll Booth? And except instead of going into concept world of numbers and words, I went into an emotional landscape, and I found somebody to take the blame for me, and I'd say, who would that be? It would be a scapegoat of some kind. And I'd say, well, let's make him a goat, and he's actually bred to be a scapegoat, to take the blame.
And the mayor.
Yeah, and he's a mayor. Well, because the pun mea culpa is Latin for mea culpa, which means my fault. And so then along the way he would meet an eternal optimist, but who had to be balanced out by a little man in his pocket who was a professional pessimist. And I just took it from there, and I just started writing this fun adventure. And he would go to the kingdom of average, where they make the law of averages. And so I just started from that idea. As I became an adult, I've always had the idea, but I never ever took it anywhere. And along the way, I had my own therapy, and I had my own breakthroughs about my own unhappy childhood, and resolved all of that stuff and learned a lot about psychology. So I applied the lessons that I learned to this book. And I created this adventure for this little boy to go on. Very much like my own personal therapy.